opportunity like this. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, blood so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Well, bet you weren't expecting to get a singing Abraham Lincoln there today, were you? No, neither was I. Just thought I'd do that at the last minute. What I was doing was I was channeling the inner Whitney Houston inside of me. I have to actually get down really low just so you can appreciate the full extent of this stovepipe hat. Look at that, isn't that a corker? You could actually make a real chimney out of that, it's so tall. Welcome to Sandy on Sunday. Yes, it's me. Haha, you didn't recognise me with this false half beard. Now this is a brilliant thing. I'm going to start wearing these, is this, what do you call that? It's an Amish beard, or it's moustacheless anyway, because I've had so many problems over the months with moustaches falling off. Look, no moustache, nothing to fall off. This is held on with elastic. Yeah! It's anti-gravitational. It's fantastic. And by the way, I've got these sideburns stuck on with some fantastic double-sided sticky tape that Davy English, the poet chap that writes wonderful poems about these shows, sent me. Part of my Christmas gift pack that he dropped in the other week. And it's brilliant. It's sticking on. We've got the yoo-hee here just in case. Ah, I get this wrong every time. Yoo-hee, woo-woo. The yoo-hee here, oh. I still get that so wrong. They're never going to sponsor me now. I've got the yoo-hoo here though, just in case they ever do want to sponsor me. Yoo-hoo, the only palindromic name that works on back-to-front Facebook live broadcast. Yeah, this tape is great as well. Fantastic. Thank you for that, Davey. Now, what was I saying? Yes, I'm Abraham Lincoln, and just in case you hadn't, I'm Abraham Lincoln, and just in case you hadn't guessed, I'm not quite sure where he came from. Was it Indiana? Would he speak like that? Well, he is now. I haven't got any recordings to check, so that's good. Nobody can pull me up on it. And yes, I'm here with my trusty hound. He's also got his own little. It's not a goatee. What do you call that? It's an all-under beard, and his little top hat. This is Booth. This is my little doggy Booth. He's such a little rascal. He'll be the death of me one day. Yeah. Now Booth is actually wearing Toki. Toki. I've still not got a picture of Toki in the snow being able to me yet. I'm waiting every day for that email with another picture of Toki. Anyway, this was Toki's little hat that I made for him when we were doing. Was it the Sherlock Holmes one? I think it was. So luckily I didn't throw it out. I remember thinking, will I throw that out? And I didn't. Well, I throw it in the fire is what I usually do, the things that burn. And finally, I should mention that because I was just an hour ago, those of you that saw the incredibly aged, blurred black and white picture that I took to advertise the show only a mere hour ago, I was sitting over there by the fireplace, and I did actually light the fire for dramatic effect in the photograph, even though it was going to only be a black and white fire. And I had the dog, being a little wheelie dog, perched precariously over the arm of the chair while I took a picture, holding my arm out as stretched out as I could, but with trying to look natural. And the dog, being on wheels of course, slipped off backwards onto the fireplace, and the little hat bounced into the fire, which was going a rare still. And I had to reach my hand in and grab the little doggy hat out and blow it out. It was on fire in 4 different places. And I managed it, so that the picture that you saw, if you saw that picture, was taken just after that, so there may have been a little bit of smoke. I didn't have the smoke. I don't have the smoke machine here with me today. That was real smoke. Anyway, the little hat survived. We may use it in a future show because it looks like this virus thing is going to go on forever. Even though, great news, they're getting the vaccine out. Brilliant, but yeah, it's going to take a while. Anyway, I was thinking, I've got diabetes. I mean, I'm 51, so I'm way down the list because first of all, it's like care homes getting the vaccine. Then it's people in the 80s, that's my parents, that's cool. And then 70s, 60s, 50s, but well before we get down, I mean, that'll be months before we get down to 50s, but the people with a pre-existing condition, which is like myself with diabetes, we will get in there a little bit earlier somehow. So at some point, the entire audience of the folk network all over Scotland, who are all at least like 70 and over, and me, only me, will all be vaccinated. So I will be able to sweep up when all the folk clubs open again. I will advertise myself as, yes, virus free, I've been vaccinated, Sandy Brechin, and I'll be able to sweep up all over town. Nobody else will be able to perform. I'll be able to go all over the country and play for all the old people that listen to folk music. That's a great advert, isn't it? I'm not sure that's going to win me any favours. Never mind, carry on with the show. This is a show all about music. It's not about silly dressing up and false pipes. No, this is very serious. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Abraham Lincoln in a minute, because he was a wonderful guy. That's what a president should be like, yeah. I'm going to play a little tune first of all. This is a set of tunes that I'm doing on a new album. Yes, you wouldn't believe it. We can still make albums with the technology we have, with the wax cylinders. Has the wax cylinder been invented yet? The 1800s, probably not. Anyway, yes, we can record here in our home, in the White House. We have a wax cylinder to record some fabulous accordion tunes. The accordion's just been invented earlier this century, yes. Actually, apparently Abraham Lincoln was a fiddle player. I don't think he ever got as far as the accordion, but apparently played the fiddle, so a talented chap all around. And, oops, I can feel that coming off. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so he, I forgot what I was saying. Never mind, I'll just play a tune. Oh yes, the recording on his wax cylinder. So we have recorded a new album which is just about out. It's going to be called Le Chéili, which means together. Same root of the word Céilí, which means to visit, which is where you get the Céilí dance comes from. Because you used to visit each other in the old days to make your own entertainment. Now it's over hundreds of years, it's kind of mutated. It's evolved into a Céilí dance. Anyway, not been at one of them for a while. I just thought I'd get a chance to mention that yet once again. Oh, poor me, no Céilís. I'm missing them actually, a good crack. So yes, we've got this album coming out probably early next year. I'm just about finished it. It's me and Charlie McCarran, fiddle player, and Brian O'Heedlebaugh, wonderful Gaelic singer and guitarist, and baran player. Bloody good baran player as well. So very annoying. Too talented. Anyway, it's going to be out soon, and this is one of the sets from it. It starts with a well-known tune called, oh God, I've forgotten what it's called. Never mind. The tune after that's called Mr. and Mrs. Linklater of Cedarwood. Remember that because I wrote it. And after that is one of Charlie's tunes called Crag and Rock. Brilliant. Let's hope I remember it. I can't remember what the first one is. It'll come back to me. Such a well-known tune. Just had a mind blank. It's happening more and more these days. I think the lack of social contact. Not good for the memory. Don't even have a real pet to talk to anymore. Waiting for the Federals. How could I forget that? It's hiding in there somewhere. It's hiding under my stove hat. Well, that tune may have been very surprising for you. It was certainly surprising for me, that's it, because it wasn't what I meant to play. I was actually talking rubbish. It wasn't the tunes that I mentioned at all, which I won't bother to repeat. I'll play them another time. That was the Lonely Indian, the middle tune, and the last tune was oh God, I can't remember what they were. Anyway, these were American tunes. The set I was mentioning had nothing to do with America at all, so I don't know why I started going on about that. Never mind. Never mind. That was the stress of not that. That was also not the tunes I meant to play, so I was desperately trying to remember them as I was playing them, which I just about did by the end of it, which caused me to sweat profusely. And luckily, there's no moustache to fall off, because this is where, as I told you before, this is where I sweat before. I remember those days many decades ago when I was on television, and always I would be sweating here, and the makeup lady put on the makeup and go, "Oh, you sweat a lot, don't you? You sweat a lot." I was like, "Yeah, well, thank you, yes, thank you." It's just, I don't know, it's just my jeans. I've just got a lot of little sweat glands around there. Anyway, no moustaches. This is the way to go. Just a pipe. That's all you need. A pipe and a glass of something. Oh, got bits of hair. And a pipe. How did that happen? Smoking my own beard. What we have today is maybe these guys will sponsor me. Jack Daniels, yeah. Ooh, nice. Jack Daniels and Coke. Diet Coke. Has Diet Coke been invented yet? Probably not, but Coke is. Maybe these guys could sponsor me. They've got lots of money. So yeah, that's what Abe Lincoln drinks. This Some tasty Jack Daniels Old Number 7. Oh God. Right, I'm going to try and play something proper this time. This is A Shocking Farewell. And now Abraham Lincoln was among all the amazing things he did in his short 56 years of life. I suppose that was a long life for those days, but it could have been longer if he hadn't been shot. Yeah, he among the many things he did, he was the president all through the American Civil War from 1861 to 1865, so this is the theme tune. I think I might have played this before in another show. I can't remember. The theme tune from the American Civil War, the drama series, brilliant drama series that was made in the 1980s, I think. And this is the theme tune written by American fiddle player J. Unger. It's called A Shocking Farewell. Or as we say, a shocking farewell. Put my pipe in because this is serious. Unexpected chord there. Not bad, only one bluter in the middle of that. Let's try again. You have no idea how hard it is to play and balance this stovepipe hat on my head at the same time. And hold the pipe. And talk. And play. God, I'm just so talented. There's that funny chord again. Ah, that's a really nice tune. A Shocking Farewell. A shocking farewell. Shocking version of A Shocking Farewell. It's getting a little bit itchy down here, excuse me. Ah, animals, how do they manage covered in fur all the time? Must be so itchy. Is that very itchy? Oh, good scratch, good boy. Oh yeah, oh that's great. Oh yeah, oh a little bit further down. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm channeling Toki here. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, I can eat that. Oh, look at it. Look, he's got his pipe. Oh. Yeah, Booth, he's a nice doggy, but just not got the energy that Toki had. For those of you that are watching the show for the first time, Toki was a real dog that used to live in my house, but he wasn't my dog. He was just like a guest dog. and now he's gone away. He's gone to retire. He became a famous film star on this very show, so much so that he could afford to retire to Canada, where where he actually comes from originally. And yeah, he left me. Here I am alone with a toy dog with wheels. Anyway, just tucking in the old, what do you call them, sideburns round the back of the ears. It wouldn't have been a problem for the great man himself, by the way, because Abraham Lincoln had giant ears. Honestly, they're like elephant ears. Look at that. Check them out on Google. Huge. I couldn't find anything to make giant ears, but I thought I'd just end up looking like some kind of black leprechaun anyway. So I just left it. These are just my regular ears. There's only so much I can do in the time available for this show. But yeah, another thing about Abraham Lincoln, apart from the fact that he had giant ears, was he was a giant of a man. He was 6'4" tall. Now I'm 6'1", which is fairly tall. I mean, there's not that many people who are taller than me, although there's a fair few. But you know, I wouldn't consider myself short, is what I'm thinking. But I would definitely I would have been a midget standing next to Abraham Lincoln. But this also benefited him in another way, because believe it or not, he is in the World Wrestling Federation, not WWF, but you know, whatever existed before that, in their Hall of Fame, because he was a fantastic wrestler. Yeah, he was a famous wrestler. Out of 300 matches, he only lost one, apparently. So when he wasn't like saving the whole country and getting rid of slavery and managing to pull the country back together after the Civil War, yeah, he was relaxing with some good old wrestling. Now, in that vein, I have actually found in my basement a wrestling mask. So I thought I would give you a quick look at what Abraham Lincoln possibly looked like in the ring. Now, I'm going to have to reveal something here, that I've actually been cheating. I've not just got the sticky double-sided tape, and I've also gaffer taped it to my head, but it's actually gaffer tape that's letting me down. Anyway, never mind that. Let's get this bad boy on. I've never actually worn this before. Seriously. Not even in the bedroom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Abe Lincoln does the wrestling. Of course, the World Wrestling Federation and the World Wildlife Fund both had the same initials, WWF, for many years, until the World Wildlife Fund managed to, I think, legally persuade the World Wrestling Federation to change theirs. But for a while they were the same, and I've actually got a t-shirt, a brilliant t-shirt. It's got two pandas fighting, and one of them's holding the sort of collapsible chair and it's just hit the other one, and the other one's flying spread eagle. I'll see if I can pull it out for another show. Anyway, that's by the by. Why don't I play a tune with this on? Now, don't be scared at home, kids. It's just good old friendly Uncle Sandy here. You know. Don't try this at home though, because you could possibly suffocate in one of these things, or you could certainly get arrested in one of these things. That's for sure. So, yeah, just leave it for the professionals. I've actually run out of material already. No, I haven't. Here's one called Maple Sugar. Oh, I can't see at the bottom of this mask. This is as difficult to see out of as the Darth Vader mask, believe it or not. I'm learning how tricky all these show things are. You know, you think people just on the TV just do it easy. No, it's really difficult. Maple Sugar. Wait a minute. Abraham Lincoln would never be seen without his pipe, even in the ring. think I missed a bit out there, but I haven't played it for a while, so you'll have to excuse me. Anyway, oh my God, it's so tight. Well, the makeup department's going very well this show, isn't it? Never mind. I'm just going to gaffer tape this back. Oh my God, I've lost one of my sideburns. This is shocking. What's this? Oh, it's fluff. It's beard fluff. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Even the double-sided sticky tape has let me down today. Right, get the stovepipe hat back on, because that is actually kind of holding it in place as well. That's better. There we go. All back to normal. Okay, bear with me, folks. Just having a little wardrobe moment here. I don't know where the wardrobe lady is. She's usually here to assist me. Not here today. Now, I have a wonderful neighbour called Joanne who lives in the flat next door. She only pops in about once a week at the minute because she's mostly spending time with one of her sisters during the lockdown. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, she just randomly phoned me and said, "I've got a present for you." And I was like, "What for? I haven't done anything." "That doesn't matter, come and get it." So I went over the next day and got the present, which was, well, I was actually out all that day. When I got back, there was a pair of used gardening gloves lying at my front door. This was late at night, and I was like, "Oh, these must be from Joanne. This must be what she meant." It's like a pair of gloves that she's half used because she knows I like gardening. I thought, "Oh, that's very kind of her." But no, the next day when she said, "You've not got your present yet," and I went, "No, I thought it was the gloves she left me last night." No. And I went and she gave me a bottle of port and so I bought a big box of chocolates for nothing, for no reason. I don't mind admitting I was getting a little bit down with this constant virus malarkey and not being able to see anybody or play any gigs and stuff. And then you get some random act of kindness like that from your next door neighbour. Absolutely wonderful. There's another wonderful neighbour one door along, Mrs. Mirza, who's a lovely Pakistani lady who gives me her homemade curries every week as well. So thank you to all of you for being so generous. And not only that, so that was 2 weeks ago. I got this bottle of port from Joanne. Yesterday I get another knock on the door, and it's Joanne again. "I got one of these things you play." I was like, "What?" And our sister was there, and she goes, "Yeah, this is one that was left at the college that nobody uses anymore. Wondering if we could put it to use. It's a giant accordion. So I got this week's present. I got a giant accordion left at the door for me. It's like Santa. Santa's come early. By the way, speaking of Santa, we have got some pretty impressive shows coming up. I'm going to give a little bit away. I don't normally tell you what I'm going to do because I don't normally know what I'm going to do. I didn't know what I was going to do until about 2 hours ago this morning, actually. Luckily came up with this at the last minute. But what we're going to be doing next week is I am going to be Widow Twanky, or as some of my friends might say, and this is a little bit rude, I don't know if I can get away with this on Facebook, I might be Widow Wanky. Yeah. Anyway, I am going to be a panto dame next week, so that's one that you should really tune into or tune out of, whatever you prefer. And the week after that is going to be the one before Christmas, and that we have got a Dickensian spectacular outdoor broadcast planned for that one, so don't miss that. That's Sunday the 20th. And we're also doing an extra one on music from Scotland. I think is it the 17th or 14th? I don't know, you'll see it on Facebook anyway, because nobody else has got anything to do these days, unless you're, even if you're working from home, you can just look at Facebook all the time and pretend you're working. Hello, yes, service department. Yeah, you'll find out when it is, but I'm going to be doing one then, probably a Santa, or an elf, maybe an elf, I don't know. So lots of Christmassy themes coming up. Anyway, I thought it was a little bit too early today to start all the Christmas crap. Speaking of America though, this was another present I got through the post today, very unexpected. This is a wonderful album called The Bee's Knees. There's actually little pictures of little bees with little tiny knees here. And this is an amazing drawing of the star of the CD, Joanne Garton, who's a wonderful girl from Canada actually, but now lives in Vermont in America. And that actually really looks like her, even though it's just a few squiggles. Amazing thing, art, isn't it? Anyway, she sent me this. This is her first solo album, and it's beautiful. There's a picture of Joanne in the back. She's beautiful, as you can see. She's a beautiful player too. You could find this online, I'm sure, from our website, Joanne Garton, The Bee's Knees. So I've enjoyed listening to this in the past 24 hours since I received it in the post. Thank you so much, Joanne. And a little advert, Joanne came over to study in Edinburgh a couple of decades ago, just when I first met her, and she was playing around the sessions. She used to come up to my session in the Ensign Ure, and she's a wonderful person, a wonderful tune player. So it's a little set in memory of all the Edinburgh sessions. And the album doesn't mention me, I don't know why. Anyway, on with the show. Let's have some more just JD and Coke. Now don't slurp your drink, kids. That's not allowed. That's just because I'm an adult. I'm allowed to do that. Well, allegedly, I'm an adult. Oh yeah, so I don't know what your Sunday mornings are like, but mine is frantically. It's a beautiful day outside. I should be like up climbing a hill or something. No, I'm frantically trying to cut bits of furry toys to make a beard, and make hats out of paper and felt tips. It's crazy. That's what I spend most of my morning doing instead of practicing tunes, by the way, which I should really be doing. Still haven't got the self-discipline to do that. Sorry, this is really annoying me. But yeah, not only that, I get a random buzz at the door. Sundays are a good day to do this show, by the way, because I'm less likely to get a package delivered by Amazon, that dreadful but very convenient company, particularly convenient at the minute, and or people just popping in or whatever. So Sunday's quite good. I can usually get through the show without some major interruption. Although I'm sure that'd be very funny for you. There's usually an interruption at the window. Sorry, there's no interruption at the window today, but I can promise you, I'm not going to say who, but I can promise you we'll definitely have somebody next week at the window. But today I did get an interruption just before the show started. I was like, oh my God. And it was my friend Kath Coots, Kath Dixon, Nay Dixon. And she was dropping off a banana suit. Yes, a banana suit for me, because she thought I would like to use it in a future show. So that was really nice. Thank you, Kath. Kath is the dance caller in one of the Ceilidh bands that I am a member of, the Portobello Ceilidh band. So that was very kind of her. She was taking a wee trip into town and brought in a large man-sized banana suit for me. So we will use that in a future episode, but I don't know when. Next year, in the new year. Doesn't look like we're going to be stopping doing this soon. Okay, I had another set of vaguely American sounding founding fathers. Yes, founding fathers tunes. No, American sounding tunes. This is the set I normally play in my main Ceilidh band, the sensational Jimi Hendrix Experience, for the Virginia Reel sets. It starts with the Orange Blossom Special. Yes. Now it's got blackberry blossom. There's a lot of blossom in this. Arkansas Traveller. Just taking a little break here to give you some information. Arkansas is the state where Bill Clinton, another US president, was born. Little Rock, I think, Arkansas, wasn't it? Yeah, so this is the Arkansas Traveller. Yeehaw! Yeah, give me a yeehaw, y'all. That was pretty impressive, actually. Pretty impressive. Even the dog was rolling back and forward to that one, weren't you, Booth? Yeah, Booth. John Wilkes Booth, the terrible, terrible man who assassinated one of the most, well, probably the best president ever in America, one of the best men ever in history. What a shame. It was in the Ford Theatre, and strangely, Booth was an actor. This is hard to believe, but yeah, Booth was an actor, John Wilkes Booth, and he was from a very famous acting family. He was from a long line of Booths. Yes, he'd been in many a booth, many a voting booth over the years, and yeah, but he was a bit radical, and well, he was so radical. There was a plot to kidnap the president, and they decided to just go the whole hog and just kill him. And unfortunately they succeeded, although he didn't actually die till 7 a.m. the next morning. But he was shot, yeah, they shot him in the head. Did he shoot him from the stage? I think he did. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm just trying to think if I mean, is there a modern president for us, if you pardon the pun? I mean, should we perhaps encourage ex-President Trump, as he will soon be known? Should we encourage him to make a theatre visit? Perhaps someone who comes from an actor, a famous actor who comes from a long line of actors. How about Michael Douglas? Yes, famous father Kirk Douglas, who was of course the original Spartacus, a wonderful actor, and Michael Douglas himself, an actor. We could arrange a show. Michael Douglas could possibly be persuaded to take out old Trumpy Pumpy. Oh, you can imagine it. Melania in the White House. Still, we're not leaving. Oh, Donald, ticket come through post for a wonderful new play with you not believe this. Michael Douglas live. We've been invited into the special presidential box for the show. Oh, Melania, that's gonna be great. I love Michael Douglas. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be the best night ever. We're gonna have a great time. Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic. By the way, you may be worried, kids at home, that I'm drinking on the show. Actually, it's only Diet Coke. I've just pretended. I didn't actually open the bottle of JD. As I usually wait till like crack of 3 o'clock for that. But in case there was a police raid in this house, because it always looks like I'm having a party on a Sunday, particularly when there's people at the window. In case there's a police raid, I was going to buy myself a Scotch egg so that I could have a valid excuse for having an alcoholic drink. But unfortunately I forgot because I was too busy sticking on bits of beard, which is what I do on a Sunday morning. So instead of a Scotch egg, I have a real Scottish egg, and I'm not even boiled this, so this is really dangerous. This is the kind of live crazy stuff we do on live TV. And this reminds me of the egg and spoon race as a child, many of those Sunday school picnics and school competitions. I was always terrible at any kind of sport. Or is it egg and spoon race a sport? Well, if snooker is, then yeah, it is. If snooker and darts are sports, then the egg and spoon race, the sack race, sure are. So yes, I've got a Scottish egg in case there's a police raid here. I can go, excuse me, officers, I'm actually having a substantial meal, as long as they don't make me eat it, because I would have to eat it raw. But yes, so for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, here in Scotland and also the whole UK apparently, because there's a bit of a problem about whether you can drink alcohol in a pub. You can't drink alcohol in a pub in Edinburgh at the minute because all the pubs have been closed for 2 months here, but in other parts of the country you can, Scotland, and down in Englandshire you still can. They're moaning about lockdown there, they don't know how easy they've got it. Yeah, you can still drink there as long as they're having a substantial meal. And the question was asked to Robert Jenrick, one of the cabinet earlier in the week, what would count as a substantial meal? Would perhaps a Scotch egg suffice? And he said that it would. So of course there's been a lot of scandal about Scotch eggs. So people buying Scotch egg and having 15 pints of beer. I don't think you can actually get away with that, but anyway, that's my Scotch egg story. Right, we're almost there. I can't believe how I managed to get through that show with almost no repertoire. I had no idea what I was going to do before. This is great. The spontaneity, the pressure does create spontaneity, I can tell you. What I'm going to do though is play another tune. Oh, Susanna. Oh, I'm going to play Susanna. Oh, no, I'm going to play Oh, Susanna. Wait a minute, was that a tune that would be sung by the Confederates? I don't know. Anyway. Time heals all. Yeah, look at America now. It's not a divided country anymore. Oh, I forgot. Wheelie Cam. Abe Lincoln on casters. There's another one, the Captain Races. How does that go? Oh, aye. Thank you for watching again, folks. You've been watching Sandy on Sunday. Quarantine gigs here in the, I know it looks like we could be anywhere in the world with all the fancy backgrounds I make, but it's actually here in my tenement flat in the heart of Tollcross in Edinburgh Toon. And thank you very much for sharing your Sunday with me, and don't forget to tune in for some of those Christmas episodes coming up. We are going to sign off now. Me and Booth are going to go watch a theatre show. So we'll say howdy. Is that what you say is farewell? I don't know. Anyway, this sideburns saying farewell. Look there, it's gone. Ah, oh my God, he's grey. See, Abraham Lincoln. I couldn't get away with that because Abraham Lincoln didn't live long enough to be grey. Yeah, he had a full head. He did have a full head and a chin of fine fluff. Anyway, that's enough. The show's over. Time out. Cut. Bye. Woo! Abraham Lincoln. Oh my God. He must be spinning in his grave, Booth. Abraham Lincoln must be spinning in his grave. At the state of this show and at the state of the country, his country, he left it in good hands. Look at it now. Dear oh dear. Well, hopefully we get another good guy in charge. Beady. Wow, what are we going to do now? Oh my God, that's my watch on my floor. I'm so excited. My watch has flown off my wrist. Would you like a little watch? Oh, look. Oh, it suits you. Oh, yes, it suits you. You like that. Oh, yeah, I like that watch. I like that. Oh, God, I've left it again.